that these all work together. And then last, you're called by God to be an ambassador to this lost world, which is what Jesus is addressing here in verse 18. In 2 Corinthians 5:18 and 20, it says this, "Now all things are of God, who has reconciled us to himself through Jesus Christ." That's a work of grace. "And has given us the ministry of reconciliation." So everybody in this room that's a believer, you have the ministry, you have this ministry, the ministry of reconciliation. He says in verse 20, "Now then, we are ambassadors for Christ. As though God were pleading through us, we implore you on Christ's behalf, be reconciled to God." So are you imploring anybody on Christ's behalf to be reconciled with God? When's the last time you shared your faith with someone? This is an essential part of your Christian life. And I guarantee you, I know half of you here are saying, "Man, I don't want to open my mouth. I don't want to say one thing because I'm telling you, I don't want somebody down on my case or hating me or belittling me." And all I can say to you is, if you have that view, then you do not want to partake in the sufferings of Christ. You want him to suffer for you, but you don't want to suffer anything for him. You can suffer a little mocking, okay? You can handle it. You'll be fine. That is going to come your way. But if you're afraid of that, then you want him to do all the suffering, right? That's really what it comes down to. You say, "Well, how do I do it, Steve? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to share my faith with anybody." Well, you can go on our website. We have all kinds of instruction there on how to share your faith, how to become a fisher of men. We have videos that you can check out on the way of the Master. Ray Comfort does a great job in sharing with you how to share your faith. Let me just give you a simple method that I use. And that is, I have tracts in my car. Just, a little gospel tract. Got them, they're free. They're sitting out there in the foyer up on the wall. Pick a couple up. Don't pick a handful up. Just pick one or two up, because, if you get all excited this morning, you think, "Oh, I'm gonna share with everybody." But then they sit in your car for the next 10 years, And don't do that. Just pick a couple of them up. And when you're someplace and you're talking to somebody, just say, "Hey, could I share this gospel tract with you? Would you read it? And when you're done reading it, could we talk about your faith? Or maybe tomorrow when, if it's somebody at work, or can we have lunch together and just talk about this and see if you're open to spiritual things?" It's as simple as that. We were in one of the doctor's offices with Susie this past week, and I like to hand to people that I think would really need a lot of apologetics. I like to give them a book by Josh McDowell called "More Than a Carpenter." So I gave one of the doctors a book, and I said, "Would you read this?" Because I said, "Can we talk afterward? Maybe go have coffee. Tell me what you think after you finish it." And, there's 15 million of those books in print. So if something's been printed 15 million times, let me tell you, it's a good book. More Than a Carpenter. It's a great apologetics book. So it's just that simple. You open a conversation with a gospel tract and just say, "Hey, can we talk about this?" And somebody will say yes or no. It's that simple. You fulfilled your responsibility. You put the gospel in their hands, and you may have somebody that'll say, "Yeah, you know what? I've always wanted to talk to somebody about this Jesus stuff. And yeah, let's have lunch tomorrow." And you go, "Whoa, what an opportunity." So I encourage you, just take the opportunity, because you will grow, you will mature. And so this is what Jesus is concerned about with his disciples. Are you concerned about these things? I hope so.